And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions. Welcome back. Welcome back to Formula Sundays. It is another beautiful evening. And we are in the nightly Bahrain facility, where we will quickly tap and whether Kingsman returns, because otherwise we are all here, all the drivers who have signed up for this tonight are here, and it will be oh, excuse me, 15 overall, so a very nice number for this race in Bahrain. We have a couple of known faces here, namely Fabian back at it again, then Jimsky flying from behind enemy lines, and yeah, Seagull of course making another appearance as a reserve. Or rather, not as a reserve anymore, as he will now be permanently driving for the Haas. His move has just been cleared by the Mafia, because he is actually just about allowed to team with Emils anyways. So yeah, from what I've heard, he is intending to keep the championship interesting and start from the back every race. Whereas I think Yanaman and Hussein are going to continue starting from the front. I don't have my phone here. I was about to whip out some stats and go through the standings maybe, but I can't really do that without tapping out other than with my phone. So I'm going to grab my phone from the bad room real quick, and I'll leave you with Ocean's first hot lap attack. Alright. I see we have not missed too much. Half a lap, just about. Right back to the most treacherous corner on the entire racetrack. And yeah, honestly, no real clue where Emils is just ahead of Ocean here, I think, unless it's Seagull. I think I saw soft tires, so it might have been Emils. Yeah, he is presumably still in the championship race as well. There is a lot going on in this single tier, honestly. It's been great so far. So let's dive right into the elite standings. Currently, it is actually Yanaman in the lead of the Drivers' Championship with 99 points. Followed closely though by Seagull with 90 and Hussein with 88. And then we have another close call for fourth here, with MQ on 58, Jimsky on 57, though only on 3 races compared to the other guys' 6 races, and Emils on 6th on 5 of the 6 races driven as well. And there's a little bit of nothing, then comes Kingsman, and then yeah, points start to get less and less further down towards the grid. But we have Ocean on provisional pole right now. As I say that, Cherry steals it away. Oh, and there's Yanaman with the actual competitive time. Jimsky coming around the last corner here. Where is he gonna be? Seagull presumably on the Inters as well, 133. Oh, the Jimsky 32.8. They have cooked. Here's Emils fighting for this 4th position here. yeah, so that is the Drivers' Championship. Constructors is relatively close as well. Ferrari currently in the lead, just ahead of the Haas. Yeah, 157 points to 142. And Red Bull with 110 third. Hussein has been rather driving, I think, alone. I think I'm not sure, is that Cherry his designated? It might be. But I think he missed a bunch of races. Excuse me. I feel like I'm getting ill. But yeah. It is Emil's in P4 right now, and Cherry currently sitting in third. Hussein is testing his luck on the Inters as well, to see the comparison to where Jimsky and Siegel are, pace-wise. Kingsman here. On his first hot lap attempt. Gonna approach the Victor one. Ooh, and Marcelian, provisional pole. Oh my. 3,000s ahead of Janneman. 2,000s, man. Math ain't mathin' today. Ahead of Janneman. The old teammates here, Marcelian making a standing for this race. Saying, well, the last message in the Elite Tier chat is, I forgot how to drive. By Marcelian. I don't think he did. Maybe he forgot how to drive poorly, and now he's just on top. Ferrari front row lockout for now, but I think Hussein at least is gonna have something to say in that. Well, he goes fastest of the Inter runners, but I'm sure he's gonna give us a soft top lap as well. Right, and Kingsman goes third fastest. Is a decent position for him right now. Only the Ferrari's out of him, which is, I think, to be expected. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Marcelian was able to beat out Janneman straight out in the first run. But of course, track evolution usually is a thing in quali sessions. So this may not have been the last thing we've seen from the pole position here. And I think Fabian is on an in-lap actually, otherwise he used an ungodly amount of ERS on his out-lap. Let's see, DJ also coming in here. Hussein also coming in. Well, that leaves us with Nitro? Or is the next one to start an actual lap? So we will see one of those. I think the first one we've been with his teammate, if I'm not mistaken. So let's have his POV for another hot lap. Bahrain, honestly, a track, I mean, apart from the fact that, like, I hate everything around it, I think the track itself is decent, offers nice overtaking opportunities, offers some unique turns in a way. Yeah, like, I mean, it's a racetrack in the middle of the desert in the end, right? But I don't know, if it still has like its own character, I guess. I am so glad. I don't know who remembers the old layout, but the basically now declared endurance layout that was the F1 layout for a while, making this track like 15 seconds longer and being absolutely horrible. And ever since, like, back then I hated the track, but ever since they removed it, it's honestly pretty good. As like the turn 10, I think it is, the left-hander before the middle DRS straight, is a pain to drive. But apart from that, it's a quite fun track. Plenty of straights for overtaking, hard braking zones. Does not really offer the greatest side-by-side racing opportunities, but I'm sure it will still deliver us some decent racing. partners. So, Nitro over the line improves, not by far. Venomon currently down on his time after Sector 1. But there's a lot of time still in the remaining 2/3 of the track. Let's see his delta coming into Sector 3. It's still a 10th down. There's not really much to gain in here, I guess. It's just one braking zone, really, and a straight. Wonder if he's just gonna go straight into the pits here, if this is enough. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what Den can cook. Not see his delta, but he's already quite far up, honestly. I think Mercedes are like a little box of surprise, where they sometimes qualify like in the top. Oh, what? Okay, Emil's on apparently. Who else is going? Astral? No. Is Outlap? He's already on low fuel. Okay, interesting. Where are the meter boards? Someone took them out. SMH my head. A good thing we didn't see it, otherwise Jimsky would be banned. No. Of course we don't know who it was. So, Sean. In the Aston. That looked illegal. Holy shit, okay. Apparently track limits are only suggestion in that corner. So, this is an improvement. Is it? Yeah, it is a slight improvement, but it does only grant him one position. He beats Astral by 3,000. Let's see. Okay, Cherry is slow. Ooh, Marceljan is fast though. Bro, what did... Forgot how to drive. Huh? A little bro learned how to drive, I think. What is this? Oh, caught in the act. Dimsky, criminal. Destruction of property. Hussein is also still on the Inters. I wonder if he's just gonna try and join the others running last. I thought him and Yaneman were like sorta on the same level and quite comfortable starting from the front when Seagull, etc. are gonna catch them eventually anyways. But oh well. He has one more attempt in him at the end, I guess. For now, I would rather see somebody on an actual hot lap. Okay, go here. Not quite seen his delta after Sector 1, but he has quite a bunch of time to gain to get to the next position, which is his teammate there. 0.3 for that one position alone, and then another 0.3 if he wants to get Kingsman. And further up it's rather big jumps as well. 3 seconds down. Not necessarily a hot lap. Neither is Fabian here. He was saying, what do the Inters cook? Well, they cook Seagull at least. Oh, Astral has started another hot lap. Everybody else in the pits, but I think everybody is still gonna have another run. Wonder if the Inter runners can make it back into the pits and back out at this point. Not sure how much time you lose there. Not sure if they even... So, Astral. Down the middle straight. There's a very interesting choice of setups available here as well. I mean, as usual, I think you can go either more straight line for the race or more downforce for the quali pace, because you can do quite a bit with the downforce, but then again, like, there's so many straights here that it's really just very good to rely on a lot of straight line speed and just sacrifice the middle sector for it. Astral can't quite improve, just a little bit slower. Bane out of fuel presumably. Makes it back into the pits, and this is gonna be a tight one. Make it back out with another fresh tire, maybe. And currently, I think, let's come to Emil's maybe. Yeah, he's gonna be the first. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, okay, I mean, Jimsky's on the Inter, so he might improve, but realistically, he's not gonna have a competitive lap time. So as soon as Emil's crosses the line, we're jumping over to him. Eagle is also on an outlap again, I presume on Inters again. Everyone be going out right now. But Jerry and Hussein, and I don't think they can make it neither. So yeah. It's gonna be close for Fabian even. Get to the next lap here. Might have to cut some corners. Oh well, and it seems like it is DJ next to start the hot lap. I mean, we've seen a lap from him already. Let's go to Emil's instead. Emil's a driver who I would have expected to do a little bit better. I do think he should be able to at least beat out the Mercs, if not also carry. Not quite sure if he can reach Jannemann. He can on a good lap, but yeah, he needs a good lap first, I guess, right? Like, let's see. Delta after sector 1. As half a tenth down is not ideal, of course, but also not impossible to recover. Emil's is on a wheel now. Oh, okay. That is interesting information. Thank you for providing that. And DJ has retired, presumably after corner cutting. Okay, but I mean, I guess that might mean that Emil's is a little bit weaker in the next few races, but long term he's probably going to be a lot quicker. Oh, he is a lot quicker in this lap also. 3.5 tenths are gonna get him as far as, well, pretty much exactly ahead of Den right now. So up to 2 positions are available for grabs here for Emil's. Let's see. Last few turns did look decent. He's coming over the line. Oh, and that's a good time. He is getting ahead of Emil, of Den, indeed. Kingsman, no improvement. Jannemann only 0.04 up. Okay, that's only sector 1. Sector 2 comes here. Oh, 0.3. That's not quite enough yet for Marseillan. He needs a very good last sector. Last turn, a little late maybe, and oh, Marseillan with another improvement. Yeah, bro forgot how to drive, for sure. Jannemann would have even had him, so the improvement crucial by Marseillan in the end to secure his pole position. As Ferrari seems to be clear of everybody else. Here comes Fabian, but he's not gonna improve. I think he, in fact, may have perfectly matched his lap time. But yeah. Regardless, Marseillan on pole on his comeback. Forgetting how to drive. Mind that. Jannemann on P2. And then it is Kingsman with a very decent P3, and also Cherry with a very good P4. Meals on Wheel gets to P5 at least. Then it's the American Duo and the Mercs, and then 2 AlphaTauris, the 2 Aston Martins. So everybody very nicely grouped below there. Astral and Jimsky in 12 and 13, and then Eagle and Hussein in the very end. Yeah, curious to see the squad from P13 onwards cut through the field. This is a track after all where you can overtake reasonably well, and yeah, should be a fun one. Also, I don't know if you guys like watched the race today, but also if you watched the aftermath. Apparently Russell's car was 1.5 kilos underweight, and so he is disqualified, which is pain, I guess. Another Hamilton win, first of all. Then Paris is now 7th in the standings again, where he would have been the worst driver of the top 4 teams otherwise. And of course our boy Russell, he drove such a good race in the end, honestly. Kinda sad for him to lose that win. But oh well. Back to Formula Sundays. Formula Sundays Spa race last week definitely was more of a banger than the F1 Spa race. This thing did provide action left and right. Let's see what is providing here. Jannemann on the hard tires. Interesting choice. Has been one to choose the softs on start rather often. Instead it is Kingsman behind him, who is on softs. Everybody else on mediums but Seagull. Very curious about the race strats here as well. It's sad for him, but at the same time was probably the difference of him being P1 and P3 today. Having that slight less weight race would add that little bit for him. Yeah, to be fair, I think I've seen the Hot Ones episode from Lewis like 2 days ago or something. And he said 1 kilo per race is like 0.02 of a second per lap, like on the normal length lap. Spa of course being a lot longer, and it's about like 2 seconds over the entire race, so you might be true, like with 1.3 kilos. Yeah, this could have really been the difference. Though, like, if I can believe Lewis, he really tried to get past, and it's just not that easy on Spa, where I'm like, I mean, you're driving from one end of the circuit to the other in basically one flat-out straight, with a little bit of Eau Rouge in the middle. Yeah. I mean, the rules are the rules. It's unfortunate, I guess. Always wonder how this stuff happens, to be honest. Like, I don't know. But fair, I guess, like, if a singular kilo is 2 seconds over the entire race, you try to lowball it as much as possible, thus making it likely that you underweight your car. So, grid is lining up. And here we are. Lights are going on. 2 Ferraris on the front row. What will happen here? Early lights out there. Looks like an okay start for Marcian, but Jannemann is flying on the hard tire. Kingsman not quite able to gain an advantage on the softs just yet. There is an AlphaTauri deep on the inside. 4 wide further back. People being pushed wide, but apart from that, I think with minor contact, everybody has gotten through. Marcian defended his lead in the end. And Fabian and Sean, the 2 Astons, are caught up behind, and it is Kingsman past Jannemann into turn 3. And Marcian is just having a chill time in the lead here. Not really been attacked in the start much, and Yeah, huge winner of the start, I guess, is Seagull already in P9. Currently fighting for P8 here. Now under attack by Jimsky though, so it might not be that easy. You will have the advantage with the braking on the softs into this turn. It requires a lot of grip. Can't quite make another move right now. But at least he has defended against Jimsky. Hussein stayed behind so far, did not gain a position just yet. Seagull and Jimsky already off and going, and Hussein now past Astral at least. And now has Ocean in his sights. Further up, we have... yeah, DJ being taken by both Seagull and Jimsky. And through they go. So, up here, Marslian fastest lap for now. Very burning through a lot of ERS here. Trying to get past Jannemann, and he is on the inside line. He's just safely through. Not much to do for the Ferrari driver, who is of course playing the long run. Kingsman, currently on his way past Marslian, and he does get by quite nicely. Fabian in Twitch chat already. That is not a good sign. Astral to finish in the points today. Is that what you think? It might be close. He may require a little bit of tomfoolery. Oh my god. Such as Den being killed by Ocean. Further up here, Jannemann getting back past Cherry. Lil Bro has more grip on the hards than Cherry on the mediums. Clearly hacking. Seagull. Okay, yeah, Nitro just pressed the boost button real quick. And is back up in front. Let's see. Oh. Down through the inside, and it seems like Nitro has a little bit of a teleportation issue here. Jimsky just goes safely through as well, follows Seagull. Oh, or does he? Well, well, well. He does it again. Oh, that's impossible to drive for Jimsky. What the hell? How are you supposed to know where the car is? ERS enabled. Looks like he's going past. Yeah, I really hope this doesn't look like this for Jimsky, because, yeah, that's tough. Hussein has gotten through as well, and Nitro has spun around apparently. Not sure if that is contact induced with Hussein, who must have had a similar experience, or if this was a spin by himself. Let's go back up to the top here, soft, medium, hard. The SMH top. Kingsman leading the race so far. Yeah, I wonder. I think soft hard is probably a thing, as is medium hard. Track is not necessarily like very demanding on the tires, but yeah. Neither is like any 50% race. I think in almost all of them you can go medium hard and be fine. Just a question about which tire feels good here, from my experience on this game. Hards and mediums oftentimes feel better than the softs for quite a while. Oh, let's see. Ocean and Astral here side by side, but Ocean backs out. Lets Astral go deep, and now we'll try again with the DRS, and that is easy work for him, as Jimsky takes P6 off Seagull. Don't think there's a counter coming here. Seems like Jimsky still has crazy pace, even though he probably did not touch the game for like 3 weeks or so. Further up, these guys are still very close together. Cherry had to dip a little bit. I mean, Ferrari are eating good right now, but of course the storm that is approaching in 6th to 8th is gonna catch up to them eventually. Marcelian on the inside now goes through. Kingsman back down to P2. And Jimsky is catching meals. Gentlemen. Oh, Nitro with the first farm penalty here. Yeah, the curbs are reasonably inviting on this track, so I expect we're gonna see one or the other time penalty. Jimsky fastest lap, and yeah, you would believe it. They closed a 2-second gap to Emil's. Kingsman and Marcelian here, fighting for P1, but player 3 has entered the match. Jannemann down the inside here, takes a bit of curb. Don't think you really want to do that here. Can't really get the traction down. Do get past Kingsman here. And well, we have a little bit of a train up until Hussein here. The top 8 all within half a second of each other. Oh. And some a little bit closer together even. Kingsman with the lock up there. Might give Jannemann a chance to go past, but he does not even try. Also wondering when the softs are gonna be fried. I expect they hold on for around 10 laps. Well, they will start to get worse from here on. And it looks like Hussein is a good bit better on pace than... oh my god, Seagull as well. What was that? Huh? Oh, did I miss something, or what just happened there? Where did Emil's come from? Man, Hussein really being unlucky, can't lie. He has had it so bad in so many races, and then has had to fight his way back all the time. Yeah, Kingsman is struggling on his softs, and Seagull had to let go of Jimsky as well. But I would like to see a replay of that, or like just rewatch the stream of that incident. I'm not sure how Emil's got so far back in the first place. Oh, and then has spun. But yeah, it looked like Hussein got hit when there was absolutely nobody there, and then all of a sudden Emil's was also around there, and maybe I just missed the Haas somewhere. But yeah, did not look quite natural. And well, return of the king here. Jimsky's back to claim his throne. Jannemann on Marcelian goes through on the grass here a little bit. As Jimsky, oh, might send one around the outside, but not with Marcelian. He's running a little bit deep himself. Oh, Jimsky rallying around these turns there, a little drift in there. And Kingsman has been gotten by Cherry as well. Yeah, softs really don't seem to be that great anymore. Oh my god! And it's Marcelian in the wall. Then retired from the session, safety car coming out. Then retired in the pits, of course, but I think the incident between Jimsky and Marcelian here brought out the safety car. This is great for Kingsman and Seagull, of course. I think one is gonna pit as well, but he won't. He's gonna pretty much be the only one who can't go to the end from here on out. Like, I don't know if this is like Desync Fiesta or something, or like if this was just a good old crash between Jimsky and Marcelian. There's actions back and right here. Back and bro, my brain's fried. Left and right. People going off everywhere. Kingsman here going off to avoid crashing into Cherry's rear. Cherry do be brake checking a little bit, but I guess they gotta hold their delta. So is Janeman here. Going very slow around here. And into the pits now. Don't speed. And good boy. And it is mediums for Janeman. Ah, Seagull, come on. Honestly, I thought this may have been unsafe release, but W pit stop by Ferrari. Janeman will still come out in P2. Is it P2? Oh no, he's still in P1. Everybody's going in. Okay, fair. I looked on the wrong Ferrari dot briefly. For whatever reason. So, pretty much unchanged order, except that Seagull now has a time penalty. Everybody is on the hards, but Kingsman and Cherry and Janeman. Emil's on the softs as well. It's an interesting choice. Not sure if Ocean is just gonna go through. Maybe he's gaining a position. Yeah. Even getting past Fabian here. Ah well, and it is Janeman Cherry Kings. Could be huge for the Ferrari driver. It's saying that Cherry is the roadblock. I mean, he is known as the Polish Wall, but for other reasons. But I think Janeman can probably, if he gets a good restart, get to jump on Cherry and will then maybe drive out a 3-4 second advantage. Whereas Cherry is still fast enough to not be overtaken so easily by Kingsman, Seagull, etc. In the end, Marcion down to P7 has lost an additional position to DJ in the pits. Safety car is gonna stay out for one more lap. We have a little bit of time for, I don't know, chatting of the day. Bro, what else happened today? Well, league split finals were, but I doubt that is watched by most people. If you care, it was interesting games. Uneventful outcome. Serious, I guess. F1 of course was today. Russell of course taking major L. Any Paris defenders or haters in the chat? I've been a Paris copium enjoyer for quite a while, honestly. Like, I don't know, I've been defending my boy. I like him personally, but at this point, this season is rough, man. He kinda needs to go. Red Bull have like 10,000 junior drivers who will never see the light of day because they are running like fossils like Perez and Ricciardo in their cars still. I'm not sure what they want with Ricciardo as well. Like, he's just another Perez. If they put him in Red Bull again, he is gonna be off pace against Max. He's just too old. I mean, most of the time he's being outpaced by Yuki. Really think they should just put Yuki in the RB. At this point he has like 4 or 5 years of experience in F1 now. Has been gotten a lot better consistently and like behavioral. A lot more cool-headed. And just put like Lawson and who else do they have? Surely they have someone else. I don't know. Can't quite remember. Just put them on the AlphaTauri. Get some rookies in here. Safety car in this lap. Yeah, and it is Janneman with the restart here. Not a new topic to him, I think. Actually, I'm not sure if he already did a lot of restarts this season, but of course he has been up in front quite some times. Yeah, he knows what to do. Slowing the field down very nicely. 70 kilometers per hour. Pretty consistently doing that. And now he's going just before the last turn. And I think he caught some people out. Like, Kingsman is already 0.7 behind Cherry. Did sleep a little bit. I mean, none of them really, like, yeah, dropped behind super far. But some might become involved with some other drivers. Zane briefly looked like he could make a move on Marcellian, but it's not to be just yet. Jimsky has quite a little bit of ground to make up. Oh, as here we see an overtake from Hussein's perspective. DJ there having to brake very early as Marcellian was taking a adventurous inside line. All fair and square though. And Hussein has to get through these guys ASAP. Really holding him off Jimsky. Oh yeah, and DJ is already leaving him through. Emil's somehow has spun further back on his softs. I'm not sure if there was contact or not. And Janneman is indeed pulling away. Using a lot of ERS of course, but so is everybody else really. Everyone already 30-40% deep in their tanks. And well, I think the next overtake we're gonna see is probably gonna be Hussein versus Marcellian. Actually, Kingsman is under threat as well by Seagull. That is a pretty easy P3 grab. Jimsky here against Kingsman as well. Oh my, he's losing 2 positions on a singular straight. And the gang is after Janneman again. I was saying here, a little bit more conservative with his ERS usage. Not quite spending as much as everybody else and thus still stuck in behind Marcellian. Looking for the hairpin. But there's not really much you can do yet. Marcellian also too quick to launch some sort of surprise attack by just braking late. As Jimsky and Seagull are so often able to, because people just brake a little bit earlier. Janneman 2 seconds clear now. I really wonder if he wants to take these to the end, the mediums, yeah. I do think that he probably has like little to no chance to go very far up if he has to take another pit stop without a safety car or something. So trying to get a little bit of a gap now and then managing after might be a legitimate strategy. As Seagull approaching Cherry though, and so well Janneman needs Cherry to hold on as long as possible. Well, this wasn't the Mexican Minister of Defense of 3 years ago. It's rather today's version. Hussein finally getting past Marcellian here and being able to chase after the top guys again. Now we are just watching the gap between Janneman and Seagull, I guess, whether it shrinks or grows. Cherry's just getting out of the way for Jimsky. He does not want to sacrifice his own pace in a fight that he thinks he can't win. Hussein is approaching Kingsman soon. Let's jump back to Ocean here. Briefly looked like he was able to maybe make a move, but I think just a little too far away on the straight. He might get a shot at the start-finish straight here, or even with slipstream down this one. Not quite sure why this isn't a DRS straight, honestly. DJ is not getting scared there. Ocean here briefly positioning his car towards the inside, looking if he can force DJ to brake a little later to cover up a potential move. But DJ not having any of that. He will still fall to the DRS eventually, I guess, but yeah, it was nice defended for the time being. Astral can't quite make the move here. And further up. About 0.2 that Seagull gained from last lap to this lap. A lot of locking up here, both Jannemann and Seagull. Okay, Jimsky taking all the curb. Gonna have another go down the start-finish straight, most likely. Cherry now out of DRS, which is a problem for him. Using all of that overtake to stay within reach. I think he has just about done it. And that's Seagull moving to the side. Yeah, just giving the position over to Jimsky. And he is now the one to receive the slipstream for lap. Unless the counter comes here already, but I don't think it does. Yeah, no, he's having a little look, but in the end is by far not quick enough to make a move. Another spin there briefly, I think Ocean was that. Rejoins in last position now. Man, this Haas is so bright. Let's see, Hussein finally in striking distance of Kingsman. Kingsman running a little bit deep there as well. This could be the chance for the Red Bull driver. He's got a very good exit, but chooses to not spend any energy at all to get around the Williams just yet. Could be good to maybe get past before the start-finish straight. Because I think Cherry's gonna let him through without much of a fight anyways. Jimsky is zooming in on Jannemann. Wow. Lightning fast this lap. 0.5 of a gain. Might be fastest lap here. Actually not. And Hussein is too far away to make a move again. Eagle not quite getting to Jimsky neither. This is looking like a decent exit for Hussein. Kingsman lost it a little bit and I think that's him done for. Up to P5 goes Hussein. And then we may see when Cherry lets Hussein through. Also out of ERS, which is interesting. I do think he should probably try and let him through on the next straight, but so dangerous when Kingsman is right behind. Jimsky is not having DRS just yet. Meals wants more spun. And Jimsky and Seagull have closed up to Jannemann. So, Hussein is going to go past Cherry here.
This should be fairly easy. Yeah, overtake activated and the DRS as well. Goes through, not much of a problem. Oh, and Cherry. Even stays ahead of Kingsman. Well, let's see further up here. Could be the move for the lead. Jimsky pushes through here. On the inside line. Yeah. Lets his car carry towards the outside. Yaneman not sticking a nose there. So probably a wise decision. Would have ended the aspirations for both Jimsky and Yaneman podium. And Seagull is up in the mix as well. And then there's Hussein. So these guys just fight a little bit. The Red Bull is going to join the party very soon. And wait, Marcelian is also currently just behind Kingsman, so he could be coming with them as well. But I think that Cherry is the main roadblock right now, I guess. Not really letting anybody past. Seagull using a lot of overtake here. That he may eventually not even need. Braking early. Get a good run out of this turn. But Yaneman in front, of course, with the DRS as well. Stays in the slipstream of Jimsky. And then Jimsky moves to the inside, chooses to defend on the inside. Lets Yaneman go deep. I wonder if this wasn't a track limit warning for Yaneman. Who is the one without DRS right now as well, so Seagull goes through. I think Yaneman has to concede yet another position here. Can't really slot in ahead of Seagull again. Nicely done by Seagull. Patiently waiting, and then Jimsky of course sending Yaneman around the outside. Not the dumbest move neither. Cherry has been overtaken by Kingsman finally. It's just a matter of time until the mediums start to drop off quite a lot. Hussein has closed up to Yaneman, so... Oh, Cherry. Well, he is not dead yet. Trying to get a move back. Kingsman towards the left here. Take care. See the front wing coming through there. Nice side-by-side racing. And there is Marseillan just behind the two. Are we going 3 wide here? This can't really go well. I mean, Kingsman pushed off track in the end. As the DRS is active, and I think Cherry now will lose both positions. Cars coming around from both sides, and it's just about who is first here, and it is Marcelian. Kingsman slots in behind him, and that is a W overtake for Marcelian here, getting both of his rivals here in one go. And Cherry may take another shot, but I think Kingsman just stays ahead, and with it is probably through. Don't think Cherry can close the gap again on his old mediums to the point where he can drive an actual overtake. Let's see though. I'll gladly be corrected. So, Cherry with DRS on Kingsman, who has DRS. Yeah, he's gaining a 10th, but not much more. And that is just too little to go past. Top guys in the meantime. Hussein is closing further up. Needs to solidify his position within the DRS. Then recharge some of his ERS that he spent catching up. Yaneman currently with a big advantage. Jimsky actually... No, is it? It is Jimsky going into the pits. It's an interesting call from him. Probably, I don't know if the hard drivers actually don't want to go to the end, or if Jimsky is right now offering Jannemann to go pit as well. Because otherwise, well, Jannemann either goes in this lap now, or he goes to the end, which I think is probably griefing the race. So he really has to come in now to prevent the undercut. And that's a very interesting move by Jimsky, because I don't think Seagull and Hussein necessarily need to pit again. So they now have the opportunity to do so. Because Jimsky did, or they just hope Jimsky doesn't get there in time. Really curious what Jannemann especially is going to be doing here, because he is realistically the one with the worst tires. And really curious what Seagull and guys are going to do here. Nah? Okay, Jannemann with the rear end, but I don't think Seagull has gotten the penalty. And in that case, I think the only thing that has died is Jannemann's front wing, and I guess his pit crew, briefly. Oh, Seagull serving his 5-second penalty, of course. I was like, why the hell is he standing still so long? Seagull on softs. Okay, now this is weird. That's gonna be wild. The wild hunt. So Jannemann. Oh my, yeah, Jannemann is a good second behind Jimsky here, I think, as soon as the Delta updates. I think that happens after this sector. Okay, or it just never happens, is also fine. I didn't want to know times anyways. What is Hussein doing now? Is he really trying to go to the end? Because, honestly, like, he has to lose big time to still get caught by Jimsky and Jannemann. I think this move may have been too much by Jimsky. I mean, Jannemann, I guess it makes sense. He would probably be way slower towards the end. But I think, yeah, with Hussein going past here, he's probably going all the way through the entire race. So, yeah. Where's... Okay, yeah, no. I was like, oh, Seagull about to make a move, but yeah, he is not. Instead, Jimsky... fastest lap here. It's going past Nitro. Only 16 seconds back, but then again, only 16 seconds, I say. When Hussein is... when it's only 8 more laps. Like, he needs to be 2 seconds quicker than Hussein here to still catch up and get the win. Marcellian here might have a decent chance even as well. It's like still a second per lap. Needs to catch Marcellian, and yeah, like, you also need to overtake the guy, right? Like, it's not that easy. You will probably spend a lot of your ERS, and still need some for the overtake in the end, right? It's gonna be very, very tight here. I mean, okay, I say that, but Jimsky has already gained a second in this first half of the lap. Not exactly sure how much more he will gain to Marcellian, but then again, I think Marcellian has lost a little bit of time to Hussein as well, so he might just have been driving suboptimally. So, Jannemann versus Nitro. How long is Nitro gonna hold up? Don't think it's long. Might even be before the DRS. Jannemann dropping a little bit behind again. I think he's just gonna take the easy one on the straight instead of trying to go past here. Cherry on the softs as well. That is wicked. He's gonna, yeah, really have to push his luck on the softs. There's quite a long while for him to go. Eagle, of course, I think can make these last, but yeah, I'm not sure how well Cherry is with no slide. I mean, as a Trackmania player, he probably has a little bit of experience with that. Oh boy. So, Jimsky is now 14.5 seconds away, so gaining 1.5. Then again, we can safely assume that he will gain more and more the further the race goes, because Hussein's tires are gonna drop. At some point, they are just gonna fall off a cliff. I mean, the hards do that less than any other compound, but still 14 laps is quite a while. And the mediums will be good for the entirety of the race, so they're only getting better. Yeah, wondering what Seagull can do as well. And yeah, Jimsky now 6 seconds behind Marcelion. Was 10 last. Okay, honestly, he might even get there. He is really gaining 2 seconds on Marcelion. But then again, Marcelion is losing slightly on Hussein as well. That's gonna be so close in the end. DJ with the time penalty. Oh, and DJ retired. Ooh, a safety car could be huge here. Oh, he spun. Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, okay. Lost it on the outside curb. And the game was like, bro, why are you cutting the track? And then he freaking died. Not a good day for the Mercedes. Seagull passed Nitro about dawn time. Yanamano already 4 seconds away almost. Yanaman's keeping stable distance on Jimsky, but yeah, he really should have. I mean, it's hard to say, of course, right? Like, you're like a second behind the leader, Jimsky, there when he pulled into the pits, but if Yanaman followed through there, would have been a pretty big brain move. And he would have been way closer to Jimsky as well. Undercut by Jimsky, great move, honestly. And then forcing to almost get all of his competitors to go in with him. I mean, of course, yeah. Hussein is still going, and it might work out for him, honestly. 6 laps. 11 seconds, maybe? Gonna be very, very tight. But the move per se, very smart. NS left the session as well, yeah. The boys were watching beforehand. But it's no real on-track battle right now. I think Astral has just overtaken Emils on his fresher softs. So I don't think Emils is gonna have much of an opportunity to counter. Kingsman and Cherry have been driving in this order for pretty much the entire race. So I'm not quite sure if there is a move happening soon. We could just stick with Jimsky for a little bit. And just like have a little visual of how much he's gaining. Seeing Marcelion, of course, in front already. 2.5 seconds away. And yeah, we will see that every single turn he's coming a little bit closer. 3.2 seconds right now. It's 0.3 just in the 2 turns we've been with him. This one is going to go relatively quick as well. Emils has lost his car briefly, but is back on track. That's been another 0.2 in these turns. Another 0.3 on the exit alone there. That is crazy. Let's let it be 0.2. So yeah, I think by the middle DRS zone, he will probably have it on Marcelion. So 25 laps. So it's 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 more laps. It is roughly 9 seconds. Oh, it's gonna be so close between Hussein and Jimsky. Hussein, of course, has a little bit of extra energy right now. And Marcelion, of course, spending all of this energy to stay away from Jimsky for as long as he can. But I think he knows it's inevitable. He has seen the gap shrink down from 10 seconds to this. And yeah, there we have it. Jimsky will have DRS on this middle straight. Fortunately for Marcelion, he's probably good for another half lap. This is not necessarily a good spot to overtake. Straight is just a little bit too short. The braking zone in the end not quite hard enough. So you can't just quite break yourself side by side. But on the start-finish straight, yeah, gonna be tough for the Ferrari. Seagull and Jannemann pretty much unchanged. Gaps between them. Seagull's still staying like 4 seconds behind. Cherry passed Nitro, which is huge, and Kingsman passed Nitro as well, which is mega huge. Yeah, we will see the Jimsky overtake on Marcian, and yeah, not even a question. He's just flying past. And maybe there's one comeback, but I think the traction that Jimsky gets out of this turn is already enough to get him to safety from a potential counter. Yeah, Marcel is not making it to go side by side in the braking. Very overtaken by Kingsman here. The counter coming. Does not quite look like it. He's not using energy neither, so fine to just stay behind a little bit, recharge some of his ERS. Soft still seem to be alright. I think this is roughly when they started dropping the last time, but he seems to be well able to follow very, very closely behind Kingsman. We're gonna stay with them for a little bit because I don't think Marcelian is gonna make a move on Jimsky anyways, and I think the next interesting thing happening is gonna be when Jannemann is closing up to Marcelian. Of course, granted that the two Ferraris teammates will probably not hold each other up much. But yeah, he has to get past in a way that benefits both of them anyways. So, Cherry here. He's just pretty well able to follow Kingsman in close distance. I have DRS here. Oh yeah, and there is DRS as well. Hey, turn it off, man, you already passed, it's good. And there we go, Cherry back to P6. Marcelian here now dropping out of the DRS. Kingsman might drive a counter. That's not very high energy neither. But he's not really getting past there just yet. Staying within half a second at least, but definitely having a little bit of a tougher time following as close as Cherry did. Yeah, Seagull still 4 seconds behind Jannemann, these two pretty even on pace. And I think the gamble of Hussein of staying out may have really worked. He's about to enter the 28th lap and he has 7 seconds almost of an advantage still. So, unless his tires like puncture now, I think it's gonna be a Red Bull win here for Hussein. As I don't think he's losing 3 or more than 3 seconds in 2 laps now. Kingsman has the advantage here. That's gaining. Oh my, okay, he is gonna be running deep. Very around the outside. Ooh, there's contact. Kingsman leaving adequate space now. Has the DRS. And will stay in front for now. Well, Marcel may even try to defend his position against Jannemann, honestly, because like he's not going after Jimsky anymore. Jannemann is not getting there. It's just about, yeah, him being able to even get past Marcian. To be honest though, that I don't think that should be a problem. If we saw how Jimsky did it, I think Marcian shouldn't be able to defend himself much. Janeman taking a chill approach here, not even spending a lot of ERS to gain that last 10th for the DRS. But okay, I guess. It's last lap time. Hussein just has to get his car to the finish line somehow. Cherry here has dropped down quite significantly behind Kingsman. Taking the outside line. Gonna have the inside on his way back. Might have been cut across a little bit there by Kingsman. And I think that may have been it for him. Let's go to Janeman here. A big lockup for Marcian further up. But he is not really getting there. I mean, it would be huge points for him. He's the championship leader right now. If he could go one more position up. Pretty sure these two are not in VC, and Marcian as a reserve does not really care too much about Janeman's championship neither. And there he lost the card. I think that might have been it for Janeman here, using a lot of ERS. And he is not getting there. He is not getting there anymore. P4 for Janeman only. SMH's car. And he's gonna finish behind Marcian, who gets a podium on his return here. I mean, Cherry is gonna get P6 here by the virtue of time penalty on Kingsman anyways. But, yeah. What a race these two have had. 4 P6 and 7. Fabian once more claiming some nice points. What? And Sean getting the last one for tonight. And then we have Emil's on wheel. Has had a couple of spins. Oh, and has been overtaken by... No, has he been overtaken by Astral even? I think he has been briefly overtaken, and then time penalty put him back in front. Yeah, I don't know, interesting race, honestly. A nice catch-up attempt, and Hussein, honestly, banging strategy, last to first, really. Dared to stay out, and I was a bit skeptical of Jimsky's move there to come in, because it is risky after all. But, yeah, even after the crash between Emils and Hussein, Hussein coming out on top, very, very nicely done. Oh, let's skip this, my PC is not liking this. We don't want him to explode again. Okay, he's calmed down. So, yeah, Hussein P1, Jimsky coming through in second. Marcelian finishes ahead of Janeman, who is taking a major hit in the championship. He was ahead, I think, by 10 points to Hussein, and is now down 3 points, I guess. Is sort of managing the distance to Seagull still. Jerry getting some nice points in there. In his contention for best of the rest. Kingsman as well, of course. And currently sitting in 7th, pretty much undisputed. Getting some more to his name. 2 Brits here, with Nitro being the second one. And then the 2 Astons, Fabian and Sean, climbing the last few points. So, that's been it with tonight's race. Well, thank you all for watching. And, oh, what the hell? yeah, I guess session is gonna run out in a bit, and we'll be back next week with... Wait, with what? Let me look. Miami. Oh, everybody's favorite. Actually, decently nice track to drive, I think, or to watch for us. So we're cooking. The drivers are being cooked. And yeah, for that, see you next week. So then, bye-bye.
And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions.